Hello again. I am just going to answer some mediumship questions. I have recently moved across the country. That has come with many, many, many challenges. It is, this is my new office. It is not completely decorated yet. I've got some stuff up on the walls, and I still have some boxes that I haven't unpacked. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. TikTok is crazy. Hi, Becky Lynn. But I'm getting there. I started a new job as well, and I told this whole story last week. I am getting back into my more regular mediumship schedule, thank goodness. It really, really helps me and my mind. So I would love to answer some mediumship questions. I posted a video earlier about how sometimes when you're being taught mediumship, that the teacher sometimes is very strict in what they tell you. I've heard a lot of people on social media who are mediums saying it has to be this exact way, it has to be that exact way. And that's not really true, because we're humans interpreting what we see from spirit based on what our experiences are. And so there's some malleability, some give, and there's not always one exact answer in one exact way. For instance, Kathy, please follow her. She's wonderful. She's a medium. She has been trained by one of the same teachers I've been trained by, but she's been trained by many other, a couple of other, as far as I'm aware, famous teachers. And I'm sure they all taught techniques in a little bit of a different way. And that you take what you're learning from each teacher, and whatever works for you is the way you should develop your own techniques in doing mediumship. For me, pretty much everything about my education in every way, my science education, my mediumship education, and experiences started non-traditionally. I went to college part-time for a long time at a community college until I got my first 60 credits. Then I went to a state college and finished my degree after I had my 2 children. So that was non-traditional. So I was taking kids to school, going to work, going to classes, picking my kids up, and all of that. It was not an easy road, but that was non-traditional. And then I was in my late 40s before I discovered I was a medium. And so I found my mediumship teacher on YouTube. Actually, I watched a bunch of different people, and she just really resonated with me. And I started taking classes with her, and I loved it, and I learned a lot, and I, really love mediumship, and it's changed everything about my life. And I love doing readings. I love connecting people to spirit. And hello, everyone who's joining. It eases any fears about death I've ever had, and it helps me feel better. Hi, Maggie and Gracie. Hi. It helps me feel better in every way. And actually, some mediums and psychics and spiritual workers will say they're very drained after giving readings. For me, unless I do like 8 in a row, which I don't recommend. But for me, usually I get pretty amped up after I do readings. I get very excited. I get full of energy. I get really hot during readings. Like my body gets hot most of the time, and then right after I get freezing cold. I think it's the energy moving through me. I don't know, maybe Kathy can chime in and let me know how she feels about that. Trent says it's changed how I view religion as well. Same. Absolutely the same. Let me grab my water. Absolutely the same for me. I really, really have a lot of different viewpoints about organized religion. I hear people all the time insult people who are spiritual and not religious, and like they make fun of it. But organized religion, thank you, Kathy, agree with you both. Organized religion has issues. So, not every single one, probably, but maybe not. But there are issues in churches and organized religion. It has become not what it was meant to be. To me, love and compassion and empathy is the most important thing, not controlling people. I don't believe that we have the right to control other people in any way, and that any deity or presence or collective consciousness allows us to make our own decisions and our path in life. And I see this when I do mediumship readings. We have like an outline that we agree to come into this life with. And, you know, this, we might say, oh, I'll be born of 2 perfect parents with a white picket fence, and we'll have a dog, and it'll be a boy and a girl, and they're twins, and we're going to have 2 cars and live in a nice, safe neighborhood. That may be the life path you chose. But most people are going to choose a bunch of challenges in their life, and you're going to hit those challenges throughout the human life you live. And without those challenges, your soul doesn't grow. You have to have things that challenge you, things that unfortunately hurt you, things that make you sad, things that make you cry, things that aren't great to help you learn. I would say my opinion is we learn more from our failures and our pain than from happiness and success. I am not saying that we shouldn't try to succeed. I'm not saying that we shouldn't try to be happy, but we learn more from the bad than the good. The good is good, but the negative things are what teach us lessons. Everybody needs a nice, good failure in their life in some way. It's humbling. It keeps you grounded. It keeps your ego in check, so you don't think you're the greatest ever. I can tell you that in my life, anytime I start to have, you know, a little ego and be like overconfident about something always happens to remind me, oh, you're not perfect. You're just, you know, a human like everybody else. Now, see, Kathy, I keep getting in something saying invite so-and-so to go live together. I don't know if you have to request it. Try to request it. That would be awesome. I have 4.4 thousand likes. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. That's a lot of screen tapping, but I have 9 whole viewers. Now 10. Yay. So I don't understand the TikTok algorithm. I know it's not even, let's see, what is it? 4:45 on the West Coast. I think that's right. Okay, she tried to request. I don't get it. I don't understand. We will have to. So you know what also I get, it says you need, okay. Everybody follow Kathy so she can go live with me. That's weird. I get messages from other mediums that go live that say, join my live, or watch my live, watch my live, watch my live. I don't even know. Okay, Trent. I don't even know how you send those messages. Trent's seeing if she can try. So does anybody have any questions about mediumship? So in my mediumship classes, I talk about our clairs. We have the clairs are our abilities that allow us to get messages from the spirit world. And my strongest clair I had my whole life and had no idea. And I don't know if most, but I thought most people had it. Hi, Gma from Oklahoma. It says the same thing Kathy's getting. Yeah. TikTok. The clair I have that's the strongest is claircognizance, which is just a clear knowing where you just know things and you don't know how you know them. It's just like the information's in your head. And I had that my whole life and I had no idea. Christy says, I was meditating and about 15 minutes into it, I got the sensation that I was falling. Is that normal? It's not abnormal. I've had falling sensations before in dreams and in meditations. And I've been doing readings before and I have felt like I was falling out of my chair. But I have vertigo, so that may be why. I wake up from like being half asleep. You're like falling asleep and then all of a sudden you feel like falling. There's actually a scientific term for that. I don't remember what it is. But there's when your brain starts to relax, it'll give you like a little jolt, and I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, it can be scary. It can really make you jump. So claircognizance is a clear knowing. Lots of things happened in my life where I knew things ahead of time, especially when I'm close to people I love, people I'm close to. I really, some people call it intuition. Okay, Kathy. Some people call it intuition. There's, whatever it is, it's an ability that we have. Clairvoyance is clear seeing. This is how I got my first couple of, you get thought feelings. Yeah. Give me an example of what you mean. Clairvoyance is clear seeing, and that's how I got my first couple of mediumship messages before I knew I was a medium. I've been working in science for decades, and I had no idea that I was a medium. Anyway, probably had some senses, but I didn't really know. And clairvoyance is clear seeing. So some people see things outside of their head, and sometimes people see inside of their head. So I have seen spirits outside of my head before, years ago, a couple of times. But I just kind of blew it off and didn't think anything of it and asked them, just don't scare my family. But then I started seeing very clear messages inside of my head that people were sending me that had just passed away. And it happened, the first time it happened, I kind of thought of it as a one-off. And there's I've told the story many times, so I won't keep telling it, but I kind of just like blew it off. And then about a year later, it happened again with someone else who passed away, where they just kept sending me this image in my head, image. And they wouldn't I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think. I couldn't do anything. And I texted my son and said, hey, blah, blah, blah. And he sent me a picture of the thing I was seeing from the lady that passed away that day. And I almost passed out. Like literally I had to grab on the counter and I almost fell down in my kitchen because I was so shocked that it was so clear and so strong. And what he sent me a picture of was exactly what I was seeing in my head. Google said proprioception for sense of falling. That's a mouthful. Yeah, I knew there was a word for it. And then I started taking mediumship classes. Gma gets thought feelings like something bad is going to happen. Yeah, that's claircognizance. If you can hear them in your head, that's clairaudience. Yeah. And a lot of people can hear the people who passed away very clearly in their head. I have probably 4 or 5 regular clients that get a couple readings a year from me that have extremely clear messages, clairaudience especially, from their loved ones. And I help them to practice I help them to determine, are these your own thoughts, or are these thoughts from your loved one that they're telling you? So you have to, if you're hearing your husband, and I believe you are, but practice. It's something called sitting in the power, where you listen to your own energy and then determine whether the energy, the things you're hearing later is your own energy or someone else's energy. It takes practice to make sure. The biggest indicator that it's your own mind is if they're telling you what you want to hear all the time. So if you want to go buy a new car and you know you can't really afford it, but you really want to, and you ask your loved one in spirit and they're like, yeah, go buy it. Who cares? It's just money. That's probably you. But if they say, maybe write a budget, maybe see if you can move some things around, maybe make it work. And if not, don't do it. That's probably your loved one. So you see the difference? If they're always telling you what you want to hear, that's probably just you. The spirit is not going to lead you astray down the wrong road. They're not going to exactly tell you what to do. Your husband thought you were going nuts. I got pictures of 2 ghosts. I tried to say it's not you. Chris, yeah, I'm going to possibly do some readings tonight. I was just kind of waiting on some more people to join. I know it's early on the East Coast. On the West Coast. Thank you for all the follows. Yeah, I want to try to do some readings. I'm just trying to get a little bit warmed up here. I do, I'm booked tomorrow, so I don't have anything tomorrow. I think the next Saturday I have some openings. Hey, Ellie. Oh, your husband is hiding your stuff. Oh. Well, that stinks. I'm sorry. Is he still here, Gma? Chris, on TikTok, I don't charge for my readings. I charge for my private readings, but I don't charge for readings on TikTok at this time. My website there's a link in my bio. You can go and see all my socials on my websites and stuff. Let's see. Hey. Let's see. Somebody asked me a question. Oh, thank you. Trent says she's worth every penny. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, and Kathy, thank you. He's been gone 7 years. They will move stuff around. They will definitely move stuff around. Christy said, I feel my loved ones send me messages and music. That is 100% true. So I talk about this, and I'm sure other mediums have talked about this as well. When you are asking, don't even always have to ask for it, but when you're getting messages from spirit, like a little wink, I always call them little winks from spirit. I hope that's not copyrighted by somebody. Wink. Anyway, when you need to get a message from them, or when they just feel like you need a message, they will do things like show you something that reminds you of them, or they know you're going to see that thing. Mine for me is doves for my mom. When I see a dove, I always think of my mom. That was her thing. She loved doves, and every time I see one, I know it's her. I've got a lot of dove stories about her. But music as well. So there have been many times when I need to have, to feel safe and loved, let's say. So one day I was having a particularly bad day at a school I used to teach at, and I was doing a lab with my freshmen, and this was a couple years ago. And all of a sudden, in unison, about 5 or 6 of them, and they had never done this before and they never did this after, started singing the song "You Are So Beautiful" by Joe Cocker out of the blue. I have no idea why, but that's the song my mom always sang to me when I was growing up, when I was a little girl in the 70s. And why they did it, and they didn't say why they did it, I didn't ask. All I did was take it in and be like, thank you. Now I know you're here. Because why would a bunch of freshman boys 2 years ago be singing a song by Joe Cocker from decades ago? It doesn't make any sense. I didn't say anything. I just let them sing a couple verses, and I just smiled, and I just felt so much love. Those are winks. Winks, winks, winks. Yeah, it was wonderful. Oh, this is the other question. Will they pass to the other side if they are bad here? Yes, everyone passes to the other side. What happens when you get there may be a little different. There's my belief, there's no burning fire and brimstone. There's no hell or anything, any punishment for evil deeds. I grew up, I'm going to laugh. I grew up being told, God has a book, and everybody's name's in the book. And you have to take a test when you get to heaven. And if you don't pass the test, you go to hell. And that was terrifying. That was terrifying. I'm like, what kind of test is it? I didn't get it because I was a kid. I didn't know. What kind of test? Is it math? I could pass a math test. I didn't understand because I was a little kid. But I could just in my head imagine this book with my name and all the bad things I did. Like when I snuck a cat in the house and it had kittens under the stairs. I told that story last week. I was like, am I going to hell because I did that? Is that in the book? So I don't believe any of that. We all go to the spirit world. It is a world where the spirits reside in the universe, or a parallel dimension. Doesn't matter. It's overlapped with our world. Most people just can't see it. It's like right here. So if I am doing a reading, when I first started doing mediumship, I would have to meditate for like 10 or 15 minutes before a reading, before I'd start my day of readings. And I would be, sitting in the power and trying to clear my mind and trying to calm down and get ready, because it gives you anxiety if you're a beginner and you're not sure if the spirit's going to show up. You're like, what if I disappoint my sitter? I don't want to disappoint my sitter. So I, after, all of that, I got over that. Now what I do is I go about my normal day, and a couple of minutes before a reading, I, get ready to come and sit down. And now the spirit just shows up. They're right here every time. I can tell if it's a male or a female. Sometimes I can see them in my head. Sometimes I can see like their full face. Sometimes I see their full body in my head. Sometimes I just feel male or female presence. Sometimes they tell me the relationship to the sitter. One time I was very surprised because right before I sat down to do a reading, I kept hearing aunt, aunt, aunt. And I'm like, who comes to get a reading about their aunt? Very few people probably. And I sat down, I was talking to the young lady, and I said, are you hoping to talk to your aunt today? And she's like, yeah, that's exactly who I came to talk to. And they're just there because they're overlapped with us. The spirit world and our world are one and the same, and they're just at a different energy frequency. So everybody goes to the spirit world, whether they're bad or good. If they're bad, they have to go relearn some lessons. They're not tortured or burned or anything like that for eternity. They just have to work with their teachers and guides to figure out what went wrong in their human life and maybe try to fix it, rectify the situation in another life, if they choose to. Love that. Cardinals and dragonflies. Yep. Can they do what they did down here up there? They can do a lot more. They can do a lot more. Let's see. I think I'm getting some of the comments are coming through mixed up. Gma gets cardinals and dragonflies. Good, good, good. Hawks for Becky Lynn. Trista, give me a minute. I'm just going to answer a couple questions. Christy yesterday had a crow swoop down in front of my car, and then immediately Freebird came on the radio. Yep. But I was told heaven and hell. That's hilarious. Trent, I'm not sure if you're answering somebody. Ooh, people are sending stuff. Thank you, thank you. Oh, there's more people. Yay. Hi, Susie. Hit the plus button, Uncle Pat. I don't know what you mean. If lost a baby boy, is he still a baby? Okay, so I have heard, it's a really good question. I have heard different mediums give different answers for this. Okay. So when thank you for that. That was adorable. When a medium, I'm not sure who sent that because I was looking away, but thank you. When a medium connects with a spirit, they need to have a way to convey who that is to the sitter, the client. So if I was reading for you and you lost a baby boy, then I would see that baby as a baby and not a grown person, a grown man, because you wouldn't recognize who it is. If I said, I have this grown man here, you'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I would see it as a baby initially because they passed as a baby. I wouldn't see them as a grown person. If someone passed when they were elderly, but you hadn't seen them since they were 25, I would see them as they are 25, so you would understand what they looked like when I told you about it. Now, that is how I work. Other mediums may work differently, may see it differently. I have to have a way to tell you what I'm seeing so you can recognize the spirit. Now, I have had spirits come through at the age they were before they passed and show me all the evidence and then come through with a memory of when they were younger. So that also happens. But we have to have a way to convey to you what we're seeing or who it is, basically. Oh, thank you for the gifts. Hi, Carrie. Haha. Okay. That's awesome. Yes. Hi, Crazy Shepherd Lady. Becky Lynn. All right. Oh, there's more messages. Hi, lady. I'm good. How are you? Lady of Shadow 5. Hello, hello. I think I'm missing. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Shared on our Facebook page. First time here, I would love a message. Lacey Whitmore. Lacey, I'm going to tell you a weird story before I give you this message so you understand it. Many years ago, I took a bug class. It's called entomology. and there were these bugs called lacewings. And so when I saw your name, I thought lacewing, and then I thought bug. Feel like there's some type of bug connection with someone you're connected to. Lacey, can you tell me if there's some image of a bug, tattoo of a bug, something with a bug? That's the message I'm getting in my head. Hi. I'm just trying to do readings or something. Hi, Liz. Liz, I think I'm going to email everybody and see if they want to start back up with the advanced class October, November, when things calm down. I wear my sister who passed butterfly ring every day. There you go. And so that's a very good indication of how we have to use what's in our mind, our memories. Okay, Liz, perfect. Our memories to take us from one point to another to get you the message. And so it took me 3 steps to get to bug, but I got there, and that's the message. That's your sister coming through to say, hi, I'm here. I'm here. I know you're here. I know you're thinking about me. That's a little message. So just know that she's around you. She sees what you're doing. She sees your ring. And that's her coming through to say, hey, I'm here. Hi. I see that you're wearing my ring and I appreciate it. And I'm around you. I'm watching what you're doing. Lacey, are you... I'm kind of seeing... I'm not sure if your sister was having some repeated patterns and you were having the same patterns and now you're trying to stop having those patterns. Does that make sense? It's like she was going down a road that wasn't so great. And does that make sense? I think of her all the time. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you. I'm seeing like a series of things happening in her life that happened in her life, and then she passed from domestic violence. Okay. Is that helping you see red flags in other people and putting up your boundaries better? Because I feel like, absolutely. Because I feel like what happened to her, you were like, I'm not going to let that happen to me or anybody else. And now she's talking about how, you are helping other people see those signs. Not just yourself, other people. You're teaching other people in some way to not put up with stuff like that. Narcissism, abuse, things like that. Yeah, he's actually doing it. Okay, that's why I saw the repeated pattern. Okay. But she's making me feel like you are trying to tell other people to see the signs of domestic violence and stop it. Not necessarily on a grand scale, but you're talking to people about it. And trying to help others. Thank you, everybody, for all the likes and the follows. I appreciate it. Hi, Vicky. Just a sec. I'm trying to wait and see if Lacey. Hi. Well, Vicky, I'm an evidential medium. Me and my youngest sister just took his current girlfriend to get a protective order against him. Okay. Last week. Okay, good. So you are helping protect her. I just have a feeling she's not necessarily 100% learned her lesson yet. as far, not, please don't misinterpret that as meaning she deserved to be abused. What I mean is she's still trying to, she already dropped it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's exactly what I was feeling. She's not done with that journey yet, unfortunately. You did what you could do. You gave her the information. That's all you can do. You took her to get the protective order. All you can do is hope that she gets out safely. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know that must have been like very hard for you to take that she already dropped it, because you know where this road goes for her. And that is very difficult to see and probably very triggering for you. So now all you can do is take care of yourself and maybe get some counseling for you if you aren't already in counseling. Get some, trauma recovery therapy. Yeah, she, like I was saying earlier, we all have free will. The police even told her that he's responsible for my sister's passing. Yeah. And yeah, she's not ready to hear it. I'm so sorry. Now you've done everything you can do for her. All you can do is take care of you now. You did the right thing. Just know that your sister is with you and around you and appreciates you trying to help her. And that is, you've reached the limit of what you can do. This is a great life lesson for everybody, not necessarily just for domestic violence, but when you help others, there's a point to where you are doing more harm to yourself than helping them. So what you have to do is look at the balancing point. I want to help, I want to help, I want to help. You help, help, help. But if the person isn't taking their own steps and it starts to drain you more than it's helping them because they're not doing anything about it, you have to step away with love and know that they have to make their own choices. And it's hard because they have free will. I get that a lot I teach high school students, and there's only so far you can teach a kid. They have to pick up the information and do their own work. You can't do it for them. Yep, Chris, you can only help those who are willing to help themselves, unfortunately. Yep, absolutely, Ma K says. Let's see. Lacey, just know your sister is around you and you are loved and you did the right thing. Now you can only take care of yourself. Hi, Trista. Are any of my loved ones here tonight? I don't know if this is for you or the other person that asked. But Trista, are you still here? Please let me know if you're still here. Yes. Okay. Do you have a young man that you want to talk to? Trista. Yes. Okay. Would you know why he would take responsibility for his own passing? And everyone, please hold comments while I wait for Trista to answer. This could be something he accidentally did, something he purposefully did. Yes, okay. I am seeing a very erratic mind on this young man. Yes, Lacey, I save them all and I post them to my YouTube channel. I'll try to upload it tonight and post it tomorrow. Trista, did he have an erratic mind? Yes, okay. Because I see a lot of static in his mind, and almost feel like he was almost torturing himself in his mind. He didn't have the tools or capacity to clear his mind. He's showing me it was so full. It was so full of stuff. And he just wanted it to go away. That is true. Okay. Thank you, Liz. It was like so much stuff in there. And then he wished it would be clear. And what happened, what he did was try to clear it out. And he did. He succeeded, because now his human life, and now he's saying all of that human stuff I was worried about and stressed about, because he's telling me a bunch of other stuff. He's talking about the bad things that happened to him when he was younger. Oh, I froze. Am I back? Somebody give me a thumbs up or a like or something. Yes, I'm back. Okay. All right. So Trista, I don't know if the yes was for me being back. Trista, did he have something very bad happen when he was younger? You may or may not be able to verify that. Pick attacks. I don't know what that is. If that is something that would cause him, panic attacks. Oh, okay. So panic attacks are usually caused from something that happened to you. They're not, people with a seamless childhood don't normally have panic attacks. So it's very likely, you may not know the whole history, that something caused that to happen to him. And it's almost like everything that he saw in the world was like jittery and blurry. Just know that he says he wants to apologize to you for leaving the way he did. He's taking responsibility for his passing. Do you know his mother? He's talking about his mother. Oh, hi, Nicole. Okay, just a sec. Oh, so it's your brother. All right. I had a feeling, but I didn't want to put you in an awkward position. Tell your mom, if she's open to it, he wants her to forgive herself because she's holding on to the guilt that she could have changed something or done something different. And he wants to hug her, like he's showing me hugging her around her waist. So if she's, something weird is happening with my comments here. If she's open to it, if she, is receptive, please tell her, forgive herself. She couldn't have changed it, and give her a hug around her waist from him. And he's saying something about, did you speak at his, did you give a eulogy or speak at his funeral? Or something happened, I don't know, I feel like something happened with you saying something there. Yes, okay. He's showing me that he appreciated the kind words, but I also feel like he kind of freaked out a little bit. Okay. While I wait for the comments to load. No, he is safe, at peace, and his mind is clear. Well, it's a blur, honestly. Okay. That's understandable. No, he's safe and at peace. He is no longer in emotional pain or having panic attacks. And he's sending you love. And he keeps talking. I don't know if he talked a lot in life, but he's got a lot to say. Did you or are you or somebody just recently talking about or getting a tattoo in his honor? Oh yeah, he talked a lot. LOL, yes. He's talking about some type of tattoo or something in memory of him. He just wants to keep talking. Thank you for all the likes and follows. I love it. This is beautiful. Thank you, Kat. I have 18.8 thousand likes, and thank you all for that. Some of my family have talked about tattoos. Okay. He's fine with that. I think some were worried about getting one. There was some discussion about should you or shouldn't you. He's like, yes, do it. He appreciates it. So that's what he's saying. Know that he's safe. He's at peace. You are loved. Your family is loved. And there's nothing they could have done to change what happened. And he just keeps saying something's in his honor. Something's in his honor. So know that he's around and he sees what's happening. And thank you for allowing me to talk to your brother. Okay. And again, this will be uploaded onto YouTube, hopefully tomorrow morning. Thank you for all the hearts, everybody. You are very welcome. And it's my pleasure. My pleasure. My nervous energy is being put to use by tapping. Oh, you guys tapped a lot. I love it. All right, somebody was asking me something earlier. Nicole, I would like to hear from my son. I Found You by Kathy. Okay. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing. Are you still here, Nicole? Let's see. Hold on, Ma, K, and G, Ma. All right, Nicole. I just keep hearing baby boy, baby boy, baby boy. So this is either a baby or you called him baby boy. Do you understand that, Nicole? Yes, okay. Just give me a moment. He keeps showing me his hairline. I don't know why. Framing the way his hair framed his face. This could be a reach. Do they have little curls on his head? Or wavy hair? I just want to make sure I have the right one. No, okay. Let me see what else he's showing. He just keeps talking about his hair. So there was something about his hair that was the subject of discussion or something. He's showing me his hair around his face. Would you understand why there was something about his hair that he keeps showing me? Hold on, lucky one. The only thing is I would always tell him to grow his hair. Okay. So that's why he keeps showing me his hair. Okay. Do you understand why he's showing me a firearm? This could be something that was a hobby of his, or this could be related to his passing. He's showing me a firearm. No, okay. That's weird. It's like I don't know if it's on a poster in his room. Lucky one. Just, you're going to have to hold comments, please. Okay. It's weird because I can see it as clear as day. If this is for you, lucky one, you're just going to have to hold on, okay? Nicole, all I can say is that if this isn't resonating for you, the connection must not be for you, and I'm sorry for that. There are a lot of people on here, so it could just be interference. It could be for the other person as well. The lucky one person. So I may, because your names were next to each other. Penny Long, I can't answer that on a live. Okay. That would be something that would have to be more private. I imagine there's some nefarious circumstances there. And this is too crowded to answer that. Rick, do you mean, is this person Rick, is this a person that has passed? Okay. Know that your partner is safe and at peace. And there is not, Rick, would you understand that he would have had, they're talking about fluid around his heart or congestive heart failure, something in the chest area. Does that make sense, Rick? Hi, Carol. I'm glad you're joining. If Penny, if anyone is in spirit, they're happy. They're all safe and at peace. And Rick is, your comments aren't loading. Did his lungs fill up with fluid before his passing? He keeps pointing here and telling me fluid. So you probably wouldn't have known that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. You don't know. All right. He's showing me he had some fluid around his mouth that you were wiping. Did you have to wipe his mouth? Liz, as a teacher, you know we do this all day, right? That's how we feel all day at work. Please hold comments. I have a special student in my class that talks constantly, and I'm always like, you don't have to talk constantly. Yes, he was in hospice. Okay. All right. So, I don't know. I just feel like he swelled up around this area. I just feel like he was swollen. Was there a discussion, Rick, about having some type of whether he should get last rites religiously or not religiously? Was there like something going on with that prior to his passing? Oh, absolutely, you will meet. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely, yes. Okay. Because he's talking about that discussion. And he's saying whatever you decided was fine. So don't worry about feeling bad about making the wrong decision. And we all come in, and if you read Journey of Soul, oh, my books are still packed up because I just moved. But if you read Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton, it explains all of this. Yeah, don't be in a hurry. Exactly. We come in groups called soul families or soul groups, and we are connected to people time after time after time in spirit and on earth in some way, form, or fashion. It doesn't always have to be a romantic partnership. It can always be a romantic partnership. It doesn't have to always be that. It can be, a relative. Your mom could be your dad in another life. You could be the dad of your mom in a different life. Those relationships can change, but the connection is always very strong. And when you see a person that you are connected with through your soul family, there are, and I may have read this in a different book by him. I can't remember. I've read a lot of books about it. So there's this theory that people who've had near-death experiences and life between life hypnosis, they say you have your soul family and you reunite always in spirit when you pass, but you come back into each other's life at certain times and you give each other like cues. And if you don't notice the cue when you see that person, you'll see them again until you get it. And you were together 22 years. Oh, that is a long time. I'm so sorry you lost your partner. So you will be reunited in spirit. We all go back to our soul family, our soul group. Trent wants to know, just know sorry, I get so ADHD when I'm on here. Know, Rick, that your partner is safe. He is at peace. He loves you. He sees what you're doing. I don't know why he's showing me this. This could go back to the last rites discussion. Would you understand why he's showing me a Christian cross? It doesn't, I don't know that it's a crucifix. It looks like just a regular Christian cross. If you understand it, just let me know. Yes, okay. Know that that's his way of saying, I'm here, I see you. I see what's happening. And know that you are very much loved. And he said, I'm not going to say all the words he said, but he's like, of all the BS we went through, I'm glad you were the one there with me. It was like your thing. You're glad it was you two together, not, he's glad it was you two together fighting off the evils of society is what I'm hearing. That's just what I'm hearing. So if you understand that, let me know. But he's definitely saying that was your thing. You're glad it was you two going through it together. Please let me know if you understand that. And I've missed a bunch of comments, so I'm going to kind of scroll back through. It was us against the world. Yeah, it's very much what he is showing me. You are loved. You are loved, loved, loved. Could what you're saying, Mer D 1776, could what you are saying be one of the reasons we see people and feel like we just know them? Yes. That is what happened to me when I met my husband. I met my husband in January of 1995. We got married a year and a half later. And when I saw his eyes, it seems like it's always through the eyes. It's like I had known him my whole life. And I called my girlfriend when I went home that day and I'm like, I got a crush on a boy today. And he asked me on a date a couple weeks or a week later, I don't remember. And we moved in together 6 weeks later and we've been together ever since, 28 years. So yeah, it was like boom, like we had always known each other. I'm not saying it was perfect all the time. It's had its ups and downs, as relationships do. Hi, Kathy. You are so welcome, Rick. So welcome. Any way to get on? Yeah, I don't really do lists, and I'm over my hour. I get really tired after an hour. Yes, Christy, the dog is there with your fiance. I'm just going to try to answer just like quick questions. Carrie, do your kids' toys go off? I feel like he's messing with their toys. Gma, you've been waiting a long time. Again with the heart, I keep feeling this heart it was something with his heart, because I'm hearing my heart exploded. So I'm not sure if that was exploded with love when you met, or his heart, he had a heart attack or cardiac arrest or something. You understand why he's talking about his heart? Yes, Susie, your boy is okay. You're not sure at the end. Okay. Yes, Andrea. Yes. Your brother did welcome your grandpa into heaven. That's what we do. No, Ma K, just because you hear your dad's voice doesn't mean he's taking your mom soon. It could mean that, but that's not necessary. They're usually not going to tell you. Freddie, your dad is saying there's someone in your life that you need to be beware of. Somebody isn't, do you feel like there's somebody in your life not doing right by you? He's talking about that. Yes, Jima, he is around you, and he always will be around you. Do you have a little box? I see he's showing me, Jima, he's showing me a little box with something on the top, some kind of, do you have his things in this box with like a, I can't tell what it is. Something, not an inlay, I don't know what you call it, something stuck on the top of the box. Okay, Freddie. I have money he's been sending me. Oh, in the box. Okay. Yeah, he's just saying he sees that. Okay. I'm sorry, Freddie. I've got a lot of people coming in, so it's getting a little crazy. Let's go Mountaineers. Is Miranda protecting our son? Our loved ones in spirit always try to protect us as much as possible. Penny Long. I'm seeing something sporty. Golf or football or something, Penny? Does that make sense? You are welcome. You are welcome, Susie. You're welcome, Gma. I just need to, oh, I'm sorry, Trent. It's getting so crazy. Yeah. Is my daughter on the other side? I miss her. Are you not sure? If she's on the other side? I know I missed a bunch of comments. Oh, okay. Hi, Nick, Archie Piglet. All right. I am very, very, very tired. I've been on an hour and 15 minutes, which is like really long. So I am going to sign off. Now that I am settled and moved into my new office, which I love, I will be going live more regularly. Hopefully, I won't move again for a very, 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 very long time. I'm sorry if I didn't get to you. I have a new beginner's mediumship class coming up, an intermediate class coming up. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Liz. Yes, and Liz, I moved to Florida. So it was a long move. I have all kinds of classes coming up, and you can email me, peacefulnickthemedium@gmail.com. I used to be able to type on here. I can't type on here anymore. peacefulnickthemedium@gmail.com. My link's in my bio with everything. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I'm not the same without it. It's been a journey. We'll have to talk. There's some stuff. So you can email me. You can go to my website and email me. All of the stuff is in my bio. Thank you, everyone. If I gave you a meaningful reading, I'm happy to have done so. If I was off, I'm very sorry. It's been a long week. It's been a long month. I love and appreciate every one of you. Have a wonderful weekend and stay safe out there. And thank you to everyone for joining. Good night. Bye, Kathy. We've got to try Facebook, okay? Let me know when you're available. Good night, everyone.